speaker. Dr. Ayman Bakr will be presenting this paper. I also joined them in the last minute of this research, but it's on the beginning. We want to present this feasibility research to the government or some organizations of the government, so that we can apply this model at the same time to different sectors. Please continue, Dr. Bakr.
Assalamu alaikum. So the first test is, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah. And the second test, you can see the slides, right?
Good.
Okay.
Good, yes. Yeah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. This is a paper on the
we are only 10 minutes for you. Please try to do your best.
Yes. This is a paper on the feasibility study on the use of e-waste to develop new products in Turkey and the implications for circular economy. This is Ayman Mohammed Bakr, my name, and we have in joint efforts with Dr. Mustafa and Dr. Sharif and brother Husref Kasseri, and also our moderator here, Professor Turan Ero. Because of limited time, I'll continue on. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so the contents will be, first I'll explain the importance of circular economy, and then I'll move on to show an overview of electronic waste and how what its implications in Turkey, the data and statistics within Turkey. I'll explain also our objectives and the research problem, and then we'll explain the methodology and the findings. Okay, circular economy is a lot cited about environmental concerns. The concept of circular economy is becoming increasingly very significant because it addresses issues like environmental problems such as biodiversity, landfills, excessive land use, and so on. It's also been associated with important economic points or economic performance key economic performance, what do you call it? The welfare and economic performance with GDP, employment outcomes, than the current development paths that we have. In addition to that, it's significant in addressing sustainable issues since it aims to eliminate waste by enhancing product design that leads to reduced usage of natural resources. But we find that the circular economy achieves, like in the literature we have people who define circular economy by achieving its goals through slowing, closing, and narrowing material and energy loops. Now, this owes us some explanation, because when they talk about slowing here, they're talking about elongating the periods of product usage. And when they're talking about closing, they're talking about a circular flow between post-use of products and production. And then when they're talking about narrowing material and energy loops, they mean, or it implicates efficient use of natural resources by using fewer resources per product. Now, this is achieved, as we said, through extending product utilization and minimizing resources and waste by efficient use of resources. But we find that the literature speaks about 114 definitions for the circular economy, and it is silent about developing new products. So we came up in this research with a new definition which includes that aspect or that dimension, which is new product. So because of limited time, I'll refer you to my paper to read our definition. I'll move on. Now, why electronic waste? Because first, we need to mention the different terminologies for electronic waste. We which is referred to e-waste, and also referred to waste from electrical and electronic equipment, or denoted by W and triple E. Why electronic waste? Because it's one of the fastest growing streams at present, waste streams at present. There are 30 to 50 million tons of electronic waste which are disposed globally each year, and even this number is based on 2016, 2017 statistics, which I believe now have increased a lot. Turkey generates, here in Turkey, Turkey generates about 1.5 million tons of hazardous waste, which is a tune of 3.8% of the total amount of generated waste. The percentage is considerable and alarming because hazardous substances within electronic waste raise serious environmental concerns. Now, in a very quick outlook here, the number of generated waste for Turkey is 623,000 tons in 2016. I'm referring to 2016 number because this was the latest report from Global E-Waste Monitor, which was in 2017. As of the publishing of this conference paper, the Global E-Waste Monitor is not yet out for 2020, which we hope to see it soon. And on average, this means we have 7.9 kilograms of e-waste generated per inhabitant in Turkey. But the good news is that we have some national regulation in force that processes that has formal use processes for dealing with e-waste. But compared now with the world, we have 113 countries out of 177 that do not have national regulations in force. And in Africa alone, 90% have no regulations. So 90% of the African countries have no regulations in force. In Oceania, only 1 out of 12 have regulations in force. In Americas and Asia, we have 72% only. Sorry, 72% they do not have regulations in force. Now, this is a big issue. The problem here is that first, several literatures have examined the adverse effects, but no measures have been taken to mitigate this e-waste risk, and the measures have mainly focused on recycling and retrieving the contents of precious metals. They, however, acknowledge that recycling tends to be costly and a costly endeavor and environmentally challenging. Its end results are not viable for a circular economy. Of course, it is part, but it's not completely viable as alone by itself for a circular economy. And we know that there is no literature that has investigated the possibility of creating a new product. We're not talking about recycling or a product from recycling. We're talking about a completely new product from e-waste as a viable solution for a circular economy. So our objectives here is first to investigate the issues pertaining to recycling e-waste in Turkey and the extent to which they are viable for a circular economy. And the second objective is to examine the challenges of creating new products, and the third objective is exploring the possibility of bringing e-waste back to the economy by creating new products. Now, if you look at the literature that is available, we find that recycling has been described heavily as a means for circular economy and for dealing with e-waste to contribute to the circular economy. But we know that e-waste requires special processing, handling that can prove costly. And because of lack of awareness now in the literature, it's quoted a lot that recycling has its own issues and challenges because of the lack of awareness of handling e-waste, which causes huge impediments to a sustainable environment and proper extraction of valuable materials. Environmental pollution also has been reported in certain regions of the world, and recycling process is very complex, and the quality of product developed from recycling is compromised as we go through the process of recycling. The last thing is we have lack of directives, as we have seen in the previous statistics, lack of directives and regulations making recycling an unattractive business. Now, 4 of these literatures are available here in this table, but also I'm going to refer you to my paper due to the limit of time. So we move on. Our methodology in this paper is an exploratory one because literature is silent about it, and we found that we need to explore more about the topic. It's a qualitative paper. We had expert semi-structured interviews with open-ended questions, and we had an interview with 7 experts, and we used thematic analysis to codify and to get the results. The sampling technique depended on purposive sampling because this is what helped us to explore the topic, and snowball sampling in order to have an inside network referral to experts. So first of all, I want to show you the profile of our 7 experts. Most of these experts are academicians with PhD degrees in electronics engineering, and most of them, and they're lecturers, high caliber experts. And we have also people from the industry who are working in the recycling and in e-waste management. Now, our main findings, first is the prospects of developing new products from electronic waste. We find that it looks promising despite the various challenges that it would face, and then we find the following challenges which are the quality of the products. There are quality concerns about the products that can be created directly from e-waste, in addition to user acceptance or adoption of products that are created from e-waste. And there is the third challenge is sustainability of producing certain products from e-waste. The sustainability of inputting e-waste and the sustainability of the production and providing these products. And by this point, we achieved research objectives 2 and 3, which is about the challenges and about the possibility of creating new products. Then we also found that certain materials are required to be removed prior to subjecting e-waste to pre-processing. Of course, the main idea is, of course, we remove plastics and all of this, but what we meant is certain products to be removed, those that can be good candidates for producing new products rather than go to recycling directly, so rather than dismantling it. And furthermore, formal e-waste recovery processes and tools make the whole system very expensive. So these mainly pertain to the challenges of recycling, and thus we achieved the objectives of seeing what are the recycling challenges even within Turkey, because we're all in this research we were dealing with the market in Turkey, and the profiles of our experts were all within Turkey. The possibility of creating new products from electronic waste now sheds insights into the merits of circular economy, because this further enhances the concept of having less dependency on natural resources and longer usage of products, in addition to reduction of electronic waste. And again, this looks at achieving actually the third objective, where we want to create new products in order to contribute to the circular economy by reducing the amount of processes that we can go through recycling, which is very complex for e-waste. Lastly, regulations in Turkey must be developed further. That's what we found, to support new product development, because this is what is lacking here in Turkey from e-waste or electronic waste, which again looks at about all of our 3 objectives. I hope I have not moved on, and thank you.
Good. Thank you very much, Dr. Ayman Bakr. I appreciate very much of this perfect presentation. So I think you will be in the field, directly in the field, to talking to businessmen and also the regulators. So I think it will also a very good application. Good. Okay, we are already short of time, but we are given 10 more minutes. I asked them to give us 10 more minutes. So I move quickly on Dr.